Please read the disclaimer. Hello, beautiful people. Shalom, moneymakers. We're going to talk about the crypto market, about XRP, about Bitcoin, all the latest and the greatest. We'll talk about the current situation with the JP Morgan and MicroStrategy. A lot of people are getting up and, getting excited. I don't know if that's the word about it. We'll talk about that, are getting angry about it. And we'll look at all the weekly things that are happening. Finally, we're getting some financial data that could give us a little bit more clarity on potentially where the Fed could make its decision and not reduce interest rates. We'll talk about all that juicy stuff. All I ask from you is that you give me a beautiful smile to send out those good vibes. Smishity smash that like button because it's Monday, and let's get into it. I wanted to say something funny, but I couldn't think of a joke. Currently, XRP is sitting at $2.59. I was just looking at Zcash there, seeing if it was going to recover there. Right now, Bitcoin is at 86,890. Ethereum still under 3,000, 2,828. It's been a very interesting weekend here for the crypto market. We talked yesterday about the possibility of Sunday Funday turning into, the last hurrah, right? But so far, Monday morning, we didn't see a Monday morning sell-off, which is good, good sign for the week, right? No yet, right? Knock on wood. No morning sell-off yet, Monday morning sell-off. Again, hopefully, if you are long, that doesn't happen. If you're short, you're probably hoping for that, okay? It depends how you are looking at the market right now. We know that there's a lot of shorts in the market right now, and a lot of people are hoping, thinking that if there is a turnaround, there could be some sort of short squeeze. So we need to be careful both ways right now with the crypto market, at a very interesting crossing point right now. You see some red, some green here today. The crypto fear index also came up a little bit. So we were at, extreme fear, 13, 14, 15, right? Since basically November 12th, we've been under 20 and we got to 19 yesterday. So is that a sign of what's to come? We'll see. Okay. We do have a lot of financial stuff that is coming out this week. September PPI inflation data on Tuesday, retail sales data on Tuesday, pending home sales data, and then GDP on Wednesday, PCE on Wednesday. And then we have the markets closed for Thanksgiving and a Friday half a day. So it's a short, busy week ahead, a lot of financial data, lots of volatility, okay? Tuesday and Wednesday, any of these two, the PPI or the PCE or the GDP, could send the markets in any number of ways. Okay, I don't know what the data is going to be. I still have my long positions that I open up leverage right now. They're in the green, you can see here, and it will be interesting to see how the market reacts to the data that comes out. Right, the market has been waiting for the data to come out for about 2 months, because the government shutdown was about a month and a half. And since then, it's been about 2 weeks and we haven't got any data. So this is the first data that we're going to get. And it will be very interesting to see how the markets are going to react. Now, if you want to take advantage of it, you saw I opened those positions on with our partner, BYDFI. If you are interested, you can sign up. And we have this promotion going on right now with a giveaway of $10,000 worth of XRP. If you're interested, link is in the description down below. This will be distributed between everybody according to how much you trade. And you sign up here. You also get deposit bonuses if you're interested. Link is in the description down below. You go through my website and you have the sign up here. I had a brain blub there for a second. I know there was like an alarm or something that I don't know if you guys can hear it. They just turned on, and I'm hypersensitive to those kinds of things. So that's why I stopped for a second. We have here the BYDFI. We also have our partner BTCC. If you're interested, we still have that XRP promotion also there. The Halloween promotion that's still going on. So if you're interested in that, also participate. And again, if you sign up, you can be eligible for the whale group. If you're interested, first join the Telegram group, the free Telegram group. And then if you're eligible, there's instructions there how to get access to the whale group. So link is in description down below. Again, please trade responsibly. The market can be very volatile. You saw there that I opened up a very small leverage position. So again, if you're interested, link is in description down below. It will be very interesting to see how the market reacts this week to the data, to the short week, to the Thanksgiving. We did bounce off of the bottom here of the stochastic RSI, and we'll see. Again, the long positions that I opened is only my opinion. These are only my positions. This is what I am seeing. This is what I am feeling on the market. Of course, this video is for educational purposes and entertainment purposes only, not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence before you decide to invest. Also, remember that I will never contact you on social media asking you to sign up to anything or to befriend me, or I won't follow you. I'm not sending you DMs. Please be very careful on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, also Telegram. The only official things, also Twitter, the only official things are here on the page and in the pinned comments. So please be very careful out there. Okay. So if we go back to what's happening, there is a story, there is something that's going on. And people are saying that they are getting angry at JP Morgan, closing their accounts following a premeditated attack against Bitcoin and MSTR shareholders, saying that they are the ones that suddenly put out that MCSI data that we talked about, that people are referencing to that and saying that that's what caused the October 10th, crash. I don't know. This is what's happening here. People are saying that potentially there could be like a GameStop type of short squeeze on this if this potentially happened, that they are going heavily short. We'll see. I don't know what's behind this, but I saw this all over Twitter. So do your own research if you do have a account with them, and how you feel about it. Listen, Robinhood had all the shenanigans with GameStop and AMC back in the day, and now it has more business than ever, and the stock is worth like 100 billion, and their their business is doing really good. So I don't know how much these boycotts sometimes work, but we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. It's going to be interesting. And Tusarium, I think I'm pronouncing that right. CEO says Ripple XRP is on track to become a modern rival to JP Morgan once it secures its US banking license. Though maybe if this will be the downfall, then Ripple can come in and swoop up JP Morgan's business. Maybe we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, guess who's back? Back again. It's the gap. Tell a friend. So there's another CME gap that opened up here on the market over the weekend, right? So we had a little bit of a gap to 85,000. So again, that's something that we need to watch, that it could close. I'd rather it close in the next few hours, right? So right now we're about 86,000. I'd rather it close now, right, than having another situation like we had over the past few months, where we had that 91,000 gap open, and I kept saying and I kept warning people. I was like, hey, there's a gap. There's high probability that we close this. I don't want it to close. I hope this doesn't happen, right? If you've been watching the videos, what happened? It closed. Okay. And so hopefully we don't have one of these, again, but these types of gaps usually, close. The ones that have a tendency not to close are the ones that come after a pop-up, a straight pop-up like this one, right? Where it's a straight pop-up, and that one didn't close. And also we had, remember this one, which was again a straight pop up, and that also didn't close. Right now, this is one that has a more of a likely tendency to close, just this type of gap up. But again, it could happen in the next day or so, or the next 2, 3 days. Again, take that into consideration that we might see a pullback here back to 85,000 before it comes back, just because we know gaps get closed, right? We've learned it the hard way, right? Twice. We don't want it to be thrice, right? Update: spot ETF flows last week saw Bitcoin outflows of 1.22 billion and Ethereum outflows of 500 million. Meanwhile, Sol and saw 128 million in inflows, and XRP saw 179.6 million in inflows. This is interesting. Again, inflows on Sol and XRP, the newer ETFs, the OGs, Bitcoin and Ethereum saw outflows, sell-offs, lots of pressure. And then we saw that in a price action. It will be interesting to see. We do have some of the Franklin Templetons and Grayscale and others that are starting to trade this week. So that will be interesting as well to see how potentially that could play out. And I saw this from Orlando, and I found this very interesting. He says, I never seen as many loud Bitcoin dip buyers as I've seen in 2025. Real estate moguls, macro bros, NBA players, celebs, build social media accounts. Hasn't happened in past cycles when Bitcoin drops 70% or more. I guess more participation, not sure if it's good or bad. This is always the situation, right? When you have more people coming in and more exposure and more, you could say, publicity, you always think, is this good or bad? Because on the one hand, this gives more, they say no press is bad press, and that's I think the saying, or right, even if it's bad press, it's not for sure that if it's exposure, maybe it's exposure, and then people that shouldn't be buying crypto buy crypto, meaning that they they're going to freak out the first pullback and they're going to sell and they're going to probably leave. I don't know if that is good for the market. If you understand what I'm trying to say here. I'd rather have people that have done their research, that understand the market, that understand what they're getting into, get in slowly, learn, right, and all that, than somebody just seeing that the market is pumping, FOMOing in, and then the first sign of pullback, they jump ship. That what happened in 2021 and 2020 was interesting because you had a lot of people that were new to the markets. Pandemic, people were at home, and then the market kept going up and up and up and up and up. And people thought, oh, this is just how it is. It's so easy, right? And what happened? They overextended themselves. They did shenanigans, and they got caught, and they lost everything. Okay, and they learned bad habits. It's kind of funny, but it might be the best thing to happen to trader is to get in, have maybe like 2 good weeks, and then have a big sell-off, because that they learn, okay, the market is not easy. If you kind of get in and it just goes up, right? You learn bad habits. You don't experience the ups and downs of the market. And then when the pullback comes, because it always comes, you're not ready for it mentally, right? And then a lot of people fall out after that. So again, I don't know if this is good or bad again, but we'll see. We'll see how the next coming weeks are going to play out. It's going to be very, very interesting to see. A lot of voices already calling, that's it, we hit the bottom, right? And some are still calling for a continuation of the dip. The voices are kind of split right now, so we'll see how it plays out. Again, I don't know what's going to happen. I have my plan in place, and I do according to that, right? I'm not changing what I'm doing, and we'll see how it plays out. Again, that's just what I am doing, okay? That is my plan. Please be careful out there. Of course, this video, again, for educational, for entertainment purposes only, and not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence before you decide to invest. Remember, again, won't contact you on social media. Check out the links in the description down below to BYDFI if you're interested, BTCC as well, our partners there. And subscribe to the channel, join the free Telegram group, and follow me on X if you want to be part of the birthday raffle. Drop a comment, 8 for infinity and beyond. And of course, the easiest thing to support the channel is just to smash that like button. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time.